Hi, Eric from Kelly Village TV. I'm here today at the John D campus for UTT. For UTT, I'm here with Camille Abrahams, who is the organizer. That's probably not the best term to call it. Do you want to introduce yourself properly, Camille?
Sure. Well, my name is Camille Salton Abrahams. I wear several hats. I am the program administrator for animation at the University of Trinidad and Tobago. I'm also the festival founder and director of ANIMAE CARIBE Animation Festival, which is in its 11th year this year. So that's my title that I use.
Now, ANIMAE CARIBE, I was there in 2010, where I saw the Minister Cadiz and lady from Toon Boom Animation, Joan Vogelsang. I couldn't pronounce her second name. Joan
Vogelsang.
Right. Okay. There was some interesting topics there about the companies and the government itself wanted to invest in animation, not only throughout the Caribbean. Since 2010, when I was there, how has that been going? What can we look forward to, and when?
Okay. Well, definitely there has been some movement in a positive way since then. Joan is still very much involved with our movement and our development. So she was here last year. She was here the year before. We have actually. The program at UTT is something that was integral for the development, because it meant that we were training students. Yeah. So since 2009, we probably have about 40 to 50 trained animation students through the diploma at UTT. We also have a huge interest by government agencies like InvestTT, TTCSI, the Ministry of Trade, because they're recognizing that the creative industry is something that we need to develop, because the oil is not going to stay there forever. We all know that. Oil and gas is not going to stay there forever. So therefore, their focus as a government was really to look at certain sectors and invest in those sectors. And animation and film just happen to be one of those. So definitely there's been some developments in that area. The InvestTT especially, because their focus is on fashion, animation, film. I think it's to do with boating, a few other, like maybe about 2 or 3 others. But that is their focus. And when you were here, that was not happening. So obviously there's some changes.
Now, I heard that there's also some animators coming down from some big films like Harry Potter, etc. It's going to be here this week. Do you want to tell us about that?
Sure. Yes. Well, this year, what we try to focus on with the festival is local talent that are out there doing great things. Because in my research over the past 10 years, we have a lot of Trinidadians and Caribbean people working in huge animation industry out there. Disney, Pixar, Tim Burton, you name it. So we invited 6 Trinidadians out of LA and London and Canada. So we have Olun Riley, for instance, who works with Disney, and he's worked on some of the biggest films you could think about, Tangled, Polar Express, all these huge productions. Then we have Chris Sawyer, who's worked on Harry Potter, Pirates, all Trinidadians. Pirates, Band of Misfits from Adman. We also have one person coming from Rockstar Games. His name is Thaddeus Mirage. We also have Shilpa Kirpalani, one of the few female animators, because there are not many of us out there, but she's Trinidadian. She's worked on the latest Tim Burton, Dark Shadows. She's worked on Transformers. She's worked in Lucasfilm. We also have Justin Otley, who works with Pixar in Canada. He's also going to be here. And Kibwe Tavares, who is his story is very interesting. He's an architect by trade, so he's trained in architecture, but he created for his final year film as a student. He created an animation that is using the architecture as the background, and that animation went on and won Sundance Film Festival Award. He's featured on BBC, again Trinidadian with Grenadian roots. And I just thought those stories need to be told. And they also need to come back to us and say how they could help, because these guys want to help. So we as a country and as a region need to create platforms for that extremely important resource to be able to come back and share with us. And that is why we're doing that.
Okay. Just to ask you, now, ANIMAE CARIBE is going on this entire week.
Yes.
Now, if someone could only choose one day to come down, what would you say is the best day for them to?
That's the most difficult question you asked me, right? But I'll try. It depends on where your head's at. If you're into business and you're an investor, Thursday at Hyatt from 9 to 2:30, because it's all about the business of animation. It's also about local content. We actually have 5 or 6 local pilots that have been created. So it's about local content. It's about how do we sell these ideas to the world. It's about how do you invest. If you're an investor, if you have some millions out there and you want to invest in a studio, Thursday at Hyatt is a day for that. It's free. All our workshops are free. Every single one. So we're not asking you to pay anything. If you're a student, a tertiary level student, and you're really thinking about a career, Friday at John Donaldson Technical Institute. It's open to the public. Of course, anybody could come, but our focus is getting young people to see that this is a viable, lucrative career to get into. And therefore, we have workshop screenings. We have a cinema, it's a new rebranded John Donaldson Creativity Campus. It's all about creativity here. So that Friday, I would say, is the day for students, people who are thinking about a career, to attend. And during the week, we also have on evenings at the John D Creativity Campus from 4 to 9, we actually have a cinema indoor for people just to come in and see submissions from all over the world. We have submissions from Mexico, Russia, China, Japan, Trinidad, Jamaica. I mean, really, it's sort of world cinema that you'll be seeing if you come to John D.
Okay. Any advice for a young boy, say between the age of, or young girl, between the age of 11 to say 14, wanting to get into animation? What's their best moves that they can make?
Okay, that's a really ideal time. In fact, if you like drawing and illustrating, I encourage parents to enhance that. I encourage parents to encourage that, because creativity is something that you can't buy. You can't buy. All of us have a creative bone in us. So I would say if you're at that age and you love drawing, you love computers, keep doing it. Keep doing it. Try to balance off your grades so that, yes, if you get your sciences, still try to do, the art or the drawing. Right now, CXC is developing a 6th form curriculum on digital media. That is fantastic for our region. First time ever. So therefore you will have choices to do a little teaser in 5th form, 6th form. So my advice to young people who want to think about this is to keep drawing, keep going and doing research on your computers, keep learning different programs, and just go for your dream. If it is that you want to get into this, just go for it.
Okay. One question, a bit of advice for someone watching. If they wanted to make a 3D character, so they design a 3D character, they rig it and animate it, what software would you recommend in your experience?
All right, there's a lot of different software. Maya is like sort of the standard. It's what big companies use. So if you want to learn something that maybe you could be employed with, Maya 3D software is what I would suggest. But there's also some open source like Blender that you could download. It's free of charge. It's getting better every month. It's getting better because it's open source. So Blender is another 3D program that I would recommend.
Okay. Because Maya is just ridiculously expensive. Yeah, because it's the industry standard. Any last words on ANIMAE CARIBE that you want to say?
Sure. I would like to encourage, everybody to come out and really see if you have a son or daughter who, just wants to draw, this is the place for her. Also her or him. Also, if you're interested in the UTT animation program, it's a good opportunity to come and talk to the lecturers. We cover so many things in our course, and hopefully you will, we do things like maths, but in a fantastic, we make our students love maths. That doesn't happen often, right? So that is something that you could probably have a look at and see how we. But certainly, if you want to know more about the industry, we encourage everybody to come on and check on the website www.animecaribe.com, and it has the schedule there. We're also on Facebook.
Thank you very much, Camille, for your time. And next, we're going to try and take a look at an interesting way to make a 3D model using mathematics. We are looking at a model here that apparently was made using mathematics. So we're going to talk to a lecturer from UTT to explain how this model was made. Introducing Ian Alleyne. Not the Ian Alleyne that you see on TV, but this is Ian Alleyne from UTT.
Hi, welcome. Thank you so much.
Okay. Can you, because this looks quite fascinating. Looking at it, it's made out of cardboard.
Correct.
Okay, but how was mathematics involved in creating this?
Well, if you look at this is basically a combination of basic geometric shapes. So in math, what we teach our students are the basic geometric shapes and the various formulas related to the calculation of area and volumes to those shapes. So after we introduce them to the shapes, we ask them to combine the shapes into various structures. This is one of the more creative structures that was created by one of our students, and you can see the person went to the very extreme in terms of making it look extremely impressive. And this is the sort of work that we see from our students once we get them involved. We first demonstrate the basic principles of math to them and tell them to combine those principles in a real world structure, a mini structure that is, using their own creativity. And we are very much surprised by the output that we see. As you can see, this is very, very lovely. It's one of the hallmarks of our programs, of our course so far, and we were quite surprised by it when we actually saw the production by the student.
Okay, so no actual software is used?
No. This is no software. Everything is handmade. So the student took his time, took a few days actually to do this. We saw it develop from the basic structure, which is purely cardboard, and then he did all the embellishment and came up with the final piece. Fantastic.
Okay, so can you tell us? All right, you said it took a few days.
Yeah.
To. What course was this in?
The name of this course is, well, for short we call it Mathscape, but the official name is Mathematics for Digital Media Studies.
Okay. And how would one, if they wanted to get into this, how would one apply?
Well, it's a part of the Diploma in Animation Studies course program. So once you enter the program, you have to do this particular course within the first semester of the first year.
Hi, we're here with a couple students from UTT on the animation course. You want to introduce yourself?
My name is Kaden Shiva.
Hi, I'm Sinead Lovelace.
Okay, and what courses are you doing?
Digital media, acting, and digital media, acting, yeah.
And
A few others like
digital media and acting and more.
yeah, well, the course entails a lot of other things too. We are right now year twos, so right now we're doing 3D, we're doing acting, we're doing
Final project.
well, our final project, working on our film for the end of the year.
I heard 3D. What software are you using in 3D?
Right now we use Maya.
Cool. Okay, industry standard, the way to go. So how did you hear about it? What got you involved in animation?
Oh, well, it had a career day in San Fernando Tech. I did PUP in San Fernando Tech. And they came and I went and it interested me. So I just found the interest, writing stories and, doing animation 2D and stuff. So that caught my attention. So that, yeah.
And you?
Well, for me, I always liked drawing, and it was one of my friends told me about it here, and he told me that I could do a lot of good work with my drawing, so I decided to check it out online, and I found animation here, and I decided to sign up, and I got in.
Okay. So what is your goal when you leave UTT? What do you want to do? Where do you want to go?
When I'm finished here, I want to go away and continue it, more specialize in certain areas, maybe character design and stuff. But right now, for me, it's just finishing the project.
But for me, I want to further attain my degree and hopefully be a director someday.
Let me just ask you quickly about ANIMAE CARIBE. Is this your first, or did you go last year?
I've been last year.
Okay, and what did you think?
It was quite interesting, learning more stuff about animation, because when we do animation here, we just know a certain amount of stuff, and when we go out there, we see like the real world and what they do in the real world.
Because I hear that they're bringing in a lot of big animators throughout the industry to ANIMAE CARIBE. Anyone that you're looking forward to seeing in this year's ANIMAE CARIBE?
Yes, I think his name is Oloon Riley. He's actually a Trinidadian that worked with Disney Studios as well, and he's coming back to help us out talk in one of his workshops. So I'm actually looking forward to that.
So it's over a period of a week. What day are you looking forward to the most?
That would be Tuesday and Friday.
Well, same here as well. I will like to meet that guy too.
You going IMAX tonight?
Yeah, more or less I might go.
All right, wishing you all the best in your careers. We're here with a gentleman now who I see is using Maya. Do you want to introduce yourself?
My name is Alex Jadu.
Okay, so before you came to the UTT course here, did you ever hear of Maya before?
Yeah. I before I came to this course, I did on-the-job training to like it's called that small pickup of basics of it, and from there I went here.
Where was that training?
That was in St. Joseph's. It was the OGT program, I believe was.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, cool. So I see that you've designed your own character. You've rigged it and you're animating it. What's the hardest part you find? Is it texturing or?
Well, like some people might find certain parts, like some people might find certain parts of it hard, where others might find it easy.
Right. What part do you enjoy the most?
I would say modeling, lighting, and texture.
So you use Maya for everything? Or would you say for modeling, would you use ZBrush?
No, not ZBrush.
Right. Okay, so Maya for absolutely everything.
Yes, so far Maya for everything.
What's the next piece of software that you really keen to learn? Is it to do with effects?
No, not to effects, more like to put. I can't remember it. It's put stuff together. I can't remember it. Can't really remember any of it, but it allows you to like take parts of rendered stuff and actually put it together, where rather than rendering everything at one time, you could do it part and then put it together on that program.
Well, it's like a rendering management program.
Yeah, it's like yeah. I can't remember the name of it though, but
okay. Well, if you do, let us know at KVTV. Get our email address or join us on Facebook and send us a message. Thank you very much for your time. We're here with a gentleman who I understand uses Microsoft Paint to do his animations. Now, Microsoft Paint, that's on every computer, so it's free. Do you want to introduce yourself?
What was that?
Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Stefan Wilson. I'm a year 3 animator. I've been doing this for a while now, and I invented my own way to animate in Microsoft Paint.
Okay, so what got you into animation? How did you first hear about it? Was it watching cartoons on TV? What was it?
I first heard about it on the newspapers. I was going through the newspapers and I needed something to do after school. So I just was interested and what I did was I applied online and then I got called in for an interview to do the program. So that is basically it.
Okay. And what is your? I see you working on a laptop. So that laptops tend not to be as powerful as desktops.
Well, you could use both because it's Microsoft Paint and it's on every computer. So I don't really need much power to power anything. I don't need to use the internet to like get certain programs because everything is free like with Microsoft Paint and stuff. So that is what I really do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any part of ANIMAE CARIBE that you're looking forward to most this year?
The screenings, seeing everybody's work, seeing as like the year of working on the final project, seeing how everybody's hard work paid off, and I'm looking forward to seeing my work on the big screen and stuff. So that is, yeah.
So I presume you can draw
Yeah.
very well.
Well, not very well, but
you can draw, yeah.
I can draw, yeah.
You see, that's my problem right there. I cannot draw to save my life. There's only one thing I can draw. It's the face of a monkey, which I was taught years ago. What I'm going to try and do is I'm going to redraw that face of a monkey and I'm going to try and animate it, like lip sync it. So like over the course of this week, we're going to see what progress I make. And I'm going to put up the animation on KVTV. Thank you all for watching. Check out ANIMAE CARIBE. It's down. If you don't know where the link is, we'll post it up on Kelly Village TV as well. So you'll see it's on all this week. Check it out. It's going to be fantastic.